Well, that's finally over. I did a wonderful job if I don't say so myself.
I don't think so. We should review the story from the very beginning.
What would be the point of doing that?
I would like to set the record straight and get a few things off my chest.
I don't like the sounds of that.
You shouldn't, because you won't look very good. If you recall, a group of us called a meeting some time ago to discuss forming a steering committee. We wanted to look into the possible sale of our property in a logical and professional way. Up to that point in time, the board was handling the unsolicited offers without full transparency or proper consultation with the shareholders.
I remember. We made everyone stand up at the meeting and state how long they had been owners. Then I and my fellow board members subjected you to a barrage of personal attacks and insults. We wanted to be sure that everyone knew who the troublemakers were.
I know, your motives were pathetically obvious. In any event, it was decided that the board would act as the steering committee to investigate marketing the property, even though they didn't have the slightest fucking clue what they were doing.
We also made it clear that we would not tolerate you or your wife earning a commission from the buyer if you sold the property in your capacity as a professional real estate agent.
That was incredibly ignorant and clearly demonstrated your petty, simple-minded attitude.
You are a dink.
That is a fair comment. You're a bitch.
Touché.
In any event, the shareholders voted for the board to prepare marketing material. I believe you were assigned the task of preparing a marketing brochure.
That is correct. You sent me 4 examples of brochures prepared by professional realtors to use as examples.
That is true. Yet 2 months later at the AGM you presented a pathetic draft brochure. It had the wrong property taxes. It had the wrong suite mix. It had spelling and punctuation mistakes. It had a legally useless disclaimer. It had a really lousy layout and a terrible photo of the building.
Picky, picky, picky.
At that meeting I presented shareholders a draft of a proper marketing brochure and a draft of a follow-up brochure and a detailed marketing plan.
What's your point?
Even though you fought me every step of the way. Eventually you used all of my suggested marketing material almost word for word. You also used my exact marketing plan. I'm wondering why you never said thank you for your contributions and valuable input.
Because I think you are a pushy and obnoxious asshole.
As Meatloaf would say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. At the AGM you and other board members renewed your attacks on me and my wife. You restated your stupid opinion about our potentially earning a commission. You attacked me for not living in the building even though you knew the reason why. You attacked my wife for being a successful realtor. You suggested that we just sell and get the hell out, like other owners did when they got fed up with the board.
Again, what is your point?
You have to admit, my plan was very successful. It resulted in our receiving numerous offers. 2 of them had no conditions.
That is true, I guess.
However, you almost totally bungled the whole thing.
How so?
If you recall, you were not going to get back to both of the buyers who made the highest offers and invite them to resubmit. That is standard procedure when there are multiple offers. Fortunately, we forced you to get back to the buyers. At the end of the day, we sold to one of those buyers at a record price.
How could we be expected to know what the standard procedure is?
I rest my fucking case. As you know, that was not the end of the drama and stupidity.
By the way, why are there pictures of 2 pigs all over the walls of this place?
Your guess is as good as mine. However, it does remind me of the disgusting blackmail perpetrated on the shareholders by 2 of the basement-dwelling board members. They were successful, but I don't think it was a very popular move.
I agree. What a couple of greedy pigs.
I have another question for you. Why did you think your shares are worth more than mine?
Because I have owned my shares longer than you have owned yours.
Is that how it works with shares in other companies?
I don't give a shit. I wanted to get more money than you got. You don't deserve to get the same as me for your shares. We just could not figure out how to screw you without screwing some of our own.
I have a few more questions. Why did you lie to the shareholders at one of the meetings? Why did you falsely accuse me of refusing to sign the new lease? Why did you attempt to discredit me with one of my professional colleagues?
Because you are a prick.
You're a pompous little shrew of a woman. You and your fellow board members are experts. Experts at incompetence, procrastination, poor planning, manipulation, controlling behavior, conspiracy, secrecy, petty behavior, backstabbing, paranoia, vengeance, self-interest, lying, and hubris.
Hubris?
Hubris, advanced arrogance, thinking you are way more important than you really are. Extremely presumptuous. closely related to megalomania.
Thank you for your kind words.
You are welcome. At the end of the day, we got exactly what we wanted in the first place. It took 10 months from the day we called the original meeting, but we got it done. We had to pull all of the strings in the background to force you idiots to do things properly. It was like herding a bunch of drunk and stupid cats. Make no mistake about it. We totally lucked into finding a very wealthy Asian buyer who didn't care about real market value. She was also incredibly patient. It was like winning the lottery.
So I suppose you think we have you to thank for our good fortune.
That is correct. And you are welcome.
What now?
We will be renting our apartment to a bagpipe player. He is partially deaf. He also has one wooden leg like a pirate. And he suffers from insomnia.
You can't do that.
Perhaps you have forgotten, you silly twit. You don't make the fucking rules around here anymore.
I don't?
No, you don't. Your history. Your old news. Your husband. I made sure of that personally. It's called karma.